Hello, it is 10 p.m. Welcome to the weather update for March 21st, 2022. After the first day of spring yesterday, and we had a lot of variable cloudiness yesterday. But today, mostly clear except for a few patchy afternoon clouds. You know where I was. That video will be coming later tonight. But anyway, let's take a look and see what's going on right now across the area. Let's first. All right, we're going to talk about that in a moment. But let's talk about. Let's see. Take a look at the sky. You have some cirrus coming in that might be streaming into our area overnight. You could see nothing on the radar. This is what the satellite looked like during the day. You could see only a few patchy cumulus clouds, mainly to the north of us, and also maybe a few over Jersey. But other than that, and that's just a few. So there weren't really many at all. But it was a mild day. It's still mild out there. We have temperatures in the mid-50s right now. Still at this hour, we're above normal right now at this hour. The high is supposed to be 49 at Islip today, and we're definitely well above that. So you can see 52 at Islip, and everybody's pretty much in the low to mid-50s. And maybe out east on the Forks, it's a little cooler, but pretty much it's fairly uniform with the northwest wind. But look, we are seeing some radiational cooling, believe it or not, in Toms River. I'm sure it got very warm there today, but right now, down to 41 at Miller Air Park, 45 at Lakehurst. Wow, 47 at Coyle Field. So, wow, it's dropped more in Jersey, I guess, because the winds dropped. Notice the dew points are very low. I have the dew points on the screen, 30s and 20s. So, it's dry air, warm day, and kind of gusty winds. We're going to go over some of the conditions across some of our observation sites today. So, let's first start with Islip, and you'll see here at Islip, you could see those winds were gusty. During the afternoon in particular, the winds really picked up later in the afternoon, and we saw the wind gusts and, the dry air. So there were some small brush fires scattered around. In fact, I saw one by where I was. I'm not sure if it was a controlled burn. I don't think it was. I don't think they'd be doing a controlled burn today, but there were some small brush fires that you're not going to hear about on the media. In the media, of course, with those strong winds out there. So let's go and take a look at the high temperatures across the area today. They're probably going to be fairly uniform, I would imagine. And it was pretty cool in the morning, too. We're in the 40s. And then we just got well into look at this, 63 was your high at Islip, 63 degrees. So that normal high is supposed to be 49. So that's 14 degrees above normal for the day. City, everybody's pretty much gotten to the low to mid 60s today. Maybe low 60s on Long Island, but in New Jersey it was even warmer. 65 at Lakehurst, 64 for a high at Miller Air Park. So they went from 64 to 47 at this hour, or 43. So that's the power of radiational cooling once the winds die down. But it was very dry today with those winds, and that helped increase the fire danger. You haven't had a whole lot of rain. And as we get into the forecast, you'll see that it's going to change as we get into the forecast. So let's talk about what's going on in the south here. We have severe weather in Texas, Oklahoma. You can see some severe thunderstorms there. And this is the system that is going to be moving in our direction. You also see, I don't know what this is, like some kind of disturbance or front that's stretching across the Great Lakes. That's actually bringing some light showers into extreme western New York. I don't think that we're going to see any rain out of this, however. Just clouds is basically all we're going to see. So let's go to the surface map here, and we'll see what that is exactly. It's actually a cold front. So there's actually another cold front passing through. That may be what's kicking up the winds. So tomorrow, it's probably going to mean that tomorrow is going to be a little bit cooler than today. Remember, we were seeing that drop in the dew points tomorrow. So that's what we're going to see. Also, a lot of lightning with the severe weather, too, you could see. We're not going to see any severe weather in our area, but what we are going to see is plenty of rain. So let's go take a look at the models here. This is your storm system right here. This is the GFS. We're going to track this thing. So here's your high-pressure ridge here, and it is going to be moving offshore, it's going to be moving offshore, but you'll notice that there's another high-pressure ridge right here, nosing down. You'll note that there's another little ridge right here that's nosing down. So that's going to bring in slightly cooler air for tomorrow. And I say slightly cooler, all right? And we'll still have sunshine, maybe a little cirrus around. I still think there's going to be plenty of sunshine. But Wednesday, we're going to see the clouds increase, and then Once we get into the overnight hours, later Wednesday night to Thursday, the rain is going to start, and that rain is going to be with us for a good chunk of the day on Thursday. It might let up in the evening, and then it looks like it looks like by Friday it will dry out. The models were kind of disagreeing. They were showing another low forming, and it wasn't going to dry up. Now the GFS is having this thing move away, so we do dry out by Friday, and then we'll have a much colder weekend. As you can see, that colder air coming back into the picture here for the end of the month. So let's take a closer look at our area here. We'll go to the HRRR, which we should have completely in now. The 0Z run of the HRRR, and you'll see those light shadows. They're not going to reach us. We'll be dry tomorrow. And for Wednesday, we should probably be dry most of the day. It doesn't really show a whole lot of rain coming in. Maybe a little light rain as we get very light, scattered light rain as we get to after 8 o'clock Wednesday night. But other than that, we should be dry for tomorrow and most of Wednesday. So let's look at the dew points and the winds to show you what's happening tonight. So you'll see that wind shift to the north. And then you can see that's drier air coming in, those darker, deep blues. That's drier air coming in. That's very dry air, actually, coming in. 2 points in the single digits. So it could give us another nice sky tomorrow. Winds are west, and then maybe we see a little bit of a sea breeze in the evening. I don't know. We may not. I don't know. But you can see as we get into Wednesday, the winds go east. And that direction is going to bring in cooler weather for Wednesday. So Wednesday will be a lot cooler. And you can see that there's a warm front off to the south that probably won't get here. We'll have to look at some of the longer range models for that. So let's go to the temperatures. So as we go into tomorrow overnight, we'll probably see that radiational cooling might drop if the winds drop. If Jersey could get Jersey's Pine Barrens probably destined for the mid 30s at tonight, and maybe hours as well if the winds drop down. For the rest of us, we'll probably have lows in the low to mid 40s. And then tomorrow we'll warm up, not as much as today. I think we're going to see temperatures 5 degrees cooler, so mid 50s, still above normal. If you're in Jersey, you're probably still going to hit the 60s. The city probably still 60s as well. And then tomorrow night, you see temperatures drop into the 30s, and then much cooler Wednesday with the cloud cover. We'll have highs right around normal, upper 40s, right around normal for this time of the year is what we're supposed to be, in the upper 40s to around 50. So if we want to go beyond that and look at the GFS, you will see that as we head into Thursday, you can see that warm air tries to make a run at us, and it might make it into Jersey on Thursday. We'll be in the cooler air, and then as that moves aside for Friday, still see temperatures above normal for Friday, but then I think as we get into the weekend, you see it's much cooler. We'll be actually below normal, highs in the mid to upper 40s, and a lot below normal on Sunday with highs only in the low 40s. And look at this for Monday, only in the mid 30s. So yeah, we're gonna get into some cold air for a little bit here. Tuesday, back into the so it's gonna be cold next week for a good couple of days, which is good because it's too early for this warmth. This is today's weather was normal for late April. All right, so that's we're way above normal today. It's nice of a day it was, way warmer than it should be. So let's go to the skies next. And actually, we'll start with GFS on the skies, actually. So let's do that. For tomorrow, you'll see some of that cirrus around. Obviously, low-resolution model. So overdoes the cirrus a little bit. You'll see me dealing with clouds after tomorrow. Went right through, I think, Friday. Maybe we'll have some breaks later on Friday. Saturday, may have to deal with some of this instability cloudiness with this cold air. We'll have to see. GFS may be overdoing it. All right, so keep that in mind. Let's go to the RGEM here, which is a better model to use for a sky cover. So you can see some of that cirrus there. Kind of that band kind of slides off to the south, and we may keep most of it away for at least. There'll probably be some around, but it probably will still be a decent amount of sunshine. But depending on where that moisture is, you could have a lot of those ugly contrails in the sky. Other than that, there'll still be sunshine, some cirrus getting thicker by later in the afternoon to the evening. And then for Wednesday, we'll start off with sun in the morning, and then we'll quickly cloud up. And then those clouds are going to be with us right through Thursday. All right. So I can look at the NAM model as well if we want to look at the sky cover. Look at the 13Z, the 18Z NAM. So this is the NAM for tomorrow, and you can see it has some of that cirrus around. So we might keep some of it at bay, but I think we're going to be dealing with some of it. But it won't be as clear as today. I don't think it will be. We'll have some of that cirrus around, although it will be a little cooler than it was today. So you'll feel a decent amount cooler with the mid-50s. Still a little bit above normal, but today was way above what it was supposed to be for the day, despite it being nice clear sky. It was warm out there, and when it's that warm, you want to hike a long distance. It's a little hard. Even 60s, it feels warm, even without a jacket. Trust me. All right. I'm going to use one more model to look at the upper level moisture for tomorrow, and that's windy.com. And then we'll get to that rain. We'll talk a little more about that rain tomorrow night, I think. A better idea. So this is the cloud outlook, obviously. You can see some of that cirrus around. What we do is we go with temperature, humidity. We go up to 250. And you can see, yeah, there's some moisture up there for sure. Not saturated, though. Not 100%. Not 100%. So it may not be. It may be a little cirrus around, but it looks like it might be thicker over Jersey. You can see that's where the darker blues are for the moisture, but there is upper level moisture. This is 400, so now we're getting into mid-level clouds. So you can see here, and if you go above that, actually below that, it's drier, but it kind of shows you the moisture profile of the air. So yeah, I do want to, almost forgot, let me go back to GFS and just show how much rain that we could wind up getting from this system here. And it could bring a lot of rain. It could bring 1 to 2 inches of rain, which again is needed. Things have been dry, very dry, and brush fires are becoming a problem because of it. So we do need a little rain. We are actually below normal for precipitation for March. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. Take care, and thank you for watching.